नमस्कार आणि येवकार तुमकां गोवा त्रिस्ट्रियाच्या स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड ह्या कार्यावळीन तुम्ही जाणत आसतले की इलेक्शन 14 तारखेक आसा आणि त्याच्या खातीर वेरियस मिटिंग्स डोर टू डोर कॅम्पेनींग तशें सगळे कडेन चालूच आसा आणि आयज आसा आमी कुट्टा ह्या भागान जी अलिना साल्दाना ही लास्ट 2 टर्म MLA म्हणून आसली, तशेंच ती मिनिस्टर म्हणून आसली, रिहेबिलिटेशन बोर्डाची चेअरमॅन आसली आणि सध्या ती आम आदमी पार्टीच्या कॅन्डिडेट म्हणून ती इलेक्शनाक फुडें सरल्या. येवकार तुमकां मॅडम स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड ह्या कार्यावळीन. या मॅम, एज यू हॅव जॉयन्ड आप, तुमकां कितें सांगूंक जाय, वाय यू जॉयन्ड आप एंड हाऊ यू आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टुवर्ड्स द डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ द कुट्टाळीम?
Well, I think there is a very definite reason for me joining UP. I firmly believe that UP is a party that is focused on the well-being of the people and development, true development for the benefit of the people. It is people-centered party, and the governance that Aam Aadmi Party is providing at Delhi as Sir Kejriwal, its Honorable Chief Minister, is something to be admired and replicated. When I came to know, in fact, I joined only after I was convinced of the truth and of the efficiency of the governance that is happening in Delhi.
But you had worked with the BJP for last 2 terms, but what happened suddenly? Why you left BJP? What happened?
Yes, I think I've said this many times before. Let me say it again. The first term, I was very happy with the BJP. There was a lot of development happening, pro-people development. See, one most important point that every government has to keep in mind is that the people elect us to serve them. People don't elect us to destroy their lives, okay? And unfortunately, at the end of the first term or beginning of the second term, the projects that started coming up in the state of Goa were totally anti-people and anti-Goa. Especially the 3 linear projects, okay? And I will not discuss every project. Let me just discuss one project, doubling of the Southwestern Railway track. Can we call that development when we are going to render people homeless, when we are going to destroy the heritage of South Goa, when we are going to increase coal dust pollution? I mean, did the government have any concern for the people that voted it to power? I could not accept this. And being in the shoes of late Matanhy Saldanha, who always fought for the protection of the environment and for the people of Goa, I had to take a stand. I had to leave BJP.
As you have said that you were opposing some 3 linear projects and other projects which were against the environment. आमी पयला तुम्ही एज्युटेशनाक आसताले, बट डीड गव्हर्मेंट सपोर्टेड यू इन तुम्ही जेन्ना ते ओपोज करताले तेन्ना?
म्हाज्यान सपोर्ट करता म्हणूंक जायना, पूण म्हाज्यान सांगूंक जाय की जेन्ना हांवें CMाक सराक सांगलें की तुमी ट्रॅक्साचेर येयात आनी तुमकां तुमच्या दोळ्यांनी तुमी पळयात आमी कितें म्हणटा ते. Sir came, okay? And before the Honorable Chief Minister could come on the tracks, what I did was I spoke to the manager of Southwestern Railway and I asked him what was the distance required for the second track. And I was told that from the center of the first track, you need 14 meters to lay the second track. And hayen kide kele, before Dr. Pramod Sawant, the Honorable Chief Minister, could come onto the tracks, I marked. And we had a thick line of chalk powder to indicate where the second track would land. And where did the second track land? Inside the compounds of the houses. Not one house, not 2 houses, practically all the houses along the first row. Of course, behind the first row are the other houses. So this was like sheer destruction. Can we say that People will be able to reside in those houses if the second track becomes a reality? Definitely not. So what are we doing? Are we rendering the people of Goa homeless? The same people who have elected us to power to serve them? No, this is height of selfishness. And I would like, really the government should come out in the open and say who are they serving? And for whose benefit are these 3 linear projects? If you look at the second project, the highway through the Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary, I was the forest minister. I know the Forest Conservation Act 1980, okay, very well. I know how stringent the rules are, okay. You are not even allowed to make a road, a simple tarred road. The only thing we were allowed, I wanted to make roads for the people. And as per the act, it is very definite. No asphalted roads, no hot mixing of the roads, okay? So the only thing we were allowed is level the ground and blacktop it so that people know this is the direction along which you move. So stringent are the rules as per the Forest Conservation Act 1980. So what happened to the act? How can you do the highway through the wildlife sanctuary? And we had a meeting wherein the PCCF, can you believe it? The principal chief conservator of forest spoke. All the many MLAs and ministers were present. And you know what he said? We are going to have underground bypasses. We are going to have overhead bridges. Okay, we are going to construct. And I asked him, for whom are these? And then he said, for the animals. That is ridiculous. It's a well-known fact that animals move by instinct, animals move by habit. So, we are all ready to kill our animals, to destroy our animal life in the wildlife sanctuaries. No, this cannot be allowed. And then another project, Sagarmala project. Okay, we need what should I say, connectivity, through roads, but okay, now Sagarmala project intends to use the waterways. Okay, now you're using the waterways, but it is mentioned that in certain stretches along the coast, roads will be constructed. Now, are you going to, along the coast, what do we have? We have our beaches. Are you going to construct roads on the beaches? And I was told that the width of the road to be constructed is around 20 meters. What will be left of our beaches? And I think we all are aware, if Goa is world famous, one of the reasons is its beautiful beaches. So are we all set and determined to destroy Goa? No, this cannot happen. This is, the height of, what should I say, betraying the people of Goa.
Madam, केन्ना तुमकां दिसलें whether this government had sidelined you because of you are opposing the projects and अशें दिसलें तुमकां?
तशें म्हाका दिसूंक ना, कित्याक हांव म्हाजें केन्नाच चिंतिना. I think of what I have to do, what is my responsibility. I am very determined to see that Mini India Park project does not happen in the village of Kelosi, because it's going to destroy totally the village. I mean, what is happening to our representatives? Can we stop for a while and think what is good for our state and what is good for the people? Are we going to, now again, who is the one who is bringing this project and who is pushing the project forward? Why should somebody who does not belong to, who is not the representative of the constituency, barge in? Okay, and because I fight to protect the environment, I am told that I am not an MLA, I am an activist. If fighting for truth and fighting for what is right is being an activist, then I am an activist.
Madam, coming back to your constituency, overall constituency, what all plans are there for constituency? Plans किती आहात तुमचे constituency?
आता पहिले स्वातेर our governance, Aam Aadmi Party's governance, as seen in Delhi, is pro-people. Okay? I think it is high time we focus. In fact, it's a coincidence that I was all the time thinking that if God, allows me to come back as a representative of the people, this time of course, development continues, but this time I will focus on the development of the human being, helping every family to be self-sufficient. There are different ways we can do it. And then I think our government in Delhi has shown us the way. Okay? So much for the common man, so that he can have a happy life.
Madam, present government is saying that we have done a lot of development, whether building bridges and all is a development, or what you are doing about the development center?
Of course, it is development. I'm not saying that we don't need roads, we don't need bridges. But tell me one thing. Are we aware that Goa is the tiniest state in the country? If you just compare Goa to the two neighboring states, Karnataka and Maharashtra. Karnataka is 51.8 times bigger than Goa. Maharashtra is 82 times bigger than Goa. So what is possible, and what these two big states can contain, Goa cannot. Now tell me, do we need to have a bridge to cross river Zuari, a bridge that starts at Bamboli and ends at Verna? Look at the destruction that this has caused. Destroyed our fields, okay? Destroyed people's homes. And do you know, I request you, please, to, as you go along the road, under the bridge, just look up and see where the bridge, the platform of the bridge comes up to. It is, in some cases, it is covering almost half the roof of some houses.
Whether you have raised.
Now tell me, is this safe living? Does the government have any consideration for the people of the land? Is it because they are poor and simple people that we can neglect them?
You had raised any voice?
Yes, I have been talking about this all the time. And I have even said to certain authorities that it is high time we stop using Goa as a corridor. The government is using Goa as a corridor for the benefit of the two big states on either side. We cannot do this. Goa is known as the Pearl of the Orient. It is known all over the world. And Goa is a touristic state. If we want people to come, then we have to maintain what is beautiful about Goa. Yeah. And take care of its people. I think people should be our first priority. Look at the dust of all kinds, including cement dust, that the people along the bridge are breathing for the last 4-5 years. Is it fair to them? Just build the bridge that we need. I'm not saying we don't need a bridge. We need the bridge. Build a bridge, but not a bridge. See, I think the width of our river Zuari is around 900 meters. And our bridge is something like 23 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's ridiculous. What are we building this for? Does Goa need this bridge? Instead, increase the number of lanes on road lanes and manage the traffic. Don't destroy Goa. Don't destroy people's homes. Don't destroy people's lives.
Madam, look, coming back to your constituency, as you were 2 times with South Kerala. So 2 times with South Kerala, हमें पूरी तक Delhi mohalla clinics and lot of the, whether there is a need of hospital in Sakwa and what are the plans? I am going to manifesto.
Yes, mohalla clinics. I think that's a beautiful way of providing medical assistance to the common man. And Aam Aadmi governance believes that medical help should be available at a walking distance. Now, what is happening? People, of course, I have got my PHC in the village of Kasauli, but let us talk in general. People have to go to Bamboli or they have to go to Margaon, okay? Now, and the mohalla clinics are not huge clinics. They are small clinics, but there is a doctor, there is a nurse, there is a technician. all testing is done at the clinic. The doctor examines the patient and accordingly he gives medication. Now, all treatment, including medicines, are free. And if the patient is serious, then he is directed to a bigger hospital. Now, this is really being there for the common man, okay? Because not every, and I think the common man should have this facility. Of course, I am not trying to say that in every ward there should be a Mola clinic, but we have been discussing this issue with the Aam Aadmi higher-ups, and we have decided that we are going to see, now Kasauli already has a hospital, okay? So where else would we need a hospital, and accordingly, how many clinics would we have to put in place?
Looking at Juarinagar population.
Yes, definitely we would. Definitely. Zuarinagar is definitely a place where these one or two clinics are needed, but let me please assure you that this need has also been taken care partially. How? I was constructing the market complex at Zuarinagar, and what we have done through GRB, Goa Rehabilitation Board, who's constructing this structure, what we have done is the first floor we have dedicated it as a sub-health center. And there we have got 2 rooms where some beds will be available, doctor's room, check-up room, pharmacy, and all the needs, and another little room where some testing will be done. So this would be for immediate health needs, immediate doctor needed, the people of the area can go there. Now, so we were happy that this is done, and it may be a little better than the Mola clinic because it's bigger, and it will also have place for beds where patients need to be kept at the hospital. So we are I think Aam Aadmi Party will definitely provide governance to the people of Goa that is people-centered. There are so many issues. Now, I was finding it hard to believe that Aam Aadmi government in Delhi is providing free water and free electricity to the common man. So I went to Delhi, I went in the houses of the people, I spoke to the people, and I found out that it is the truth. Okay? So much benefit for the common man.
Ma'am, we have
education also is free, right from primary to higher secondary, 12th standard. So the common man can, make use of all these facilities provided by the government. In fact, when I asked Sir Kejriwal, I asked him, sir, how is it possible to give so much free to the people? He said, madam, you can be sure I'm not giving the people my money. I'm giving people their own money. I'm giving back what belongs to them in different ways. I think that is the essence of true governance, where you make the people of the area your focus and you serve them.
Yeah. Madam, as we have seen in Cortalim area, Juarinagar, there is a lot of water scarcity issue. What is the issue exactly?
Now, see, the issue is that the population of the state is also increasing. Housing is increasing. Now, let me tell you what is happening for example, at MES area. Housing colonies have sprung up everywhere. Okay, and the builder who is responsible to provide the basic amenities like water, light, road facility, they don't fulfill their responsibility, and unfortunately the panchayat gives occupancy without finding out whether the basic needs are put in place. And that is the reason I've had committees of various housing colonies in MES coming to my office asking for help. Can any human being live without water? Can we live without light? We need those things. And then I've had several meetings with the PWD departments, okay, and we are trying to see how best we can help the residents of these various housing colonies. But of course, even if the PWD puts the infrastructure in place, the residents of the respective housing colonies will have to pay for it.
मॅडम लॉट ऑफ पीपल जेन्ना मेळटा आमी उलयता जेन्ना वयता तेन्ना म्हणटा की देर आर वायट एलिफंट्स इन कुर्तालीम. वॉट इज एक्झॅक्टली कित्याक
Which are the white
नो
elephants?
पीपल आर स्पीकिंग अबाउट द कला भवन या
Yes,
कुर्तालीम मार्केट.
Kala Bhavan definitely was a white elephant, not created by me.
Yeah.
All of you know who created the white elephant, okay? And then it was only a skeleton. It was only a skeleton. Today, the white elephant, if you go inside, it's not yet fully completed, but it's taking beautiful shape, okay? We have done everything, and I think we means the government has spent almost 19 crores, okay? And previously, the creator of the white elephant, I am told, stated that the cost of the structure was the amount spent on the structure was something around 28 crores. But there was nothing inside except for the walls, no flooring, no electrification, no putting the necessary, See, you need to create the auditorium. Now, auditorium is a very special room, okay? Because you have to cater, you have to make sure that the sound system is in place, it requires special materials, so much is needed. So all that had to be done, but it's happening. And if you go inside, hopefully it should be inaugurated sometime soon, but definitely after the elections, you will find that it's beautiful. But I would like to tell you just one thing. There was only one thing that was put in place along the staircases, and that was the railing along the staircases. The railings were supposed to be of steel. I'm a science student, and I know that steel is not supposed to corrode, rust. But the railings are totally rusty, and we are going to take the railings and throw them out and replace those railings with new railings.
Coming back to politics in Cortalim, as we have seen the candidate of BJP is Narayan Naik. But last time people were speaking that internally they are supporting someone else. What do you think there is a B team of BJP?
Of course, there is a B team of BJP. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. The independent candidate, okay, that hails from the ST community, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, but everybody says that. This is what I am speaking from what I have heard. And time will tell us the truth. Because हांव सांगता तुमकां, जायते कॅन्डिडेट्स आसा इंडिपेंडंट कशे बसल्या, पूण जिखतोगूच उडकी मारतले. आनी इंडिपेंडंट कॅन्डिडेट्सनी ज्या भाशेन गेल्या फावटी 15 जाण I think, no, from the Congress jumped into the BJP. So we have to wait and see what the future holds for us. Yeah. पूण एक वस्त हांव सांगता, आको लोक जाणा कोण खूंय उडकी मारतलो तो, ओके? लोक जाणा आनी आमचो लोक शाणो, लोकांक सांगपाची गरज ना, ओके? आमी चिंतूंक जाय आमचे गोंयचे, आमी चिंतूंक जाय लोकांचे आनी आमचे फुडाराचे. आनी बरें तर आमकां जाय जालेलें आमी जेन्युइन कॅन्डिडेट्स जे लोकांक फोटोवन want to win the election, they should not be considered.
मॅडम ओवरऑल कुर्ताली खातीर तुमी कितें मेसेज दिवंक सोदता?
Yes, I want to tell the people of my Cortalim constituency, which I have represented for the last 2 terms, to be prudent, to think well. This is our last chance to ensure that good things happen for Goa. Let us not let go of this chance. Let's be very wise. Let's not get bullied nor tempted by offers that will last a few days. But think of the future. More importantly, think of the future of our children and our future generations and think of our beloved Goa and vote wisely.
Do you think, last question, do you think that AAP will form government in Goa this time?
See, every party has a beginning, but I am very sure that Aam Aadmi Party will be a party to reckon with after this election. Because from the response that I'm getting as I do my campaigning, people are for AAP because they have seen good governance happening in Delhi.
थँक्यू मॅम, तुम्ही आमकां आयज बरे तरेन म्हायती दिली कुट्टाळे भागा बद्दल, ओवरऑल गोवा तुम्ही कशें कितें तुमचें कार्य केले बद्दल, आनी हे कार्य लोकां मेरेन पावतलें अशें आमच्या गोवा 365 थ्रू पावतलें अशें तुमकां सांगता. थँक्यू तुम्ही आमच्या कार्यावळीन येयल्या बद्दल.
Thank you.